Yo, what is going on, you uncomfortable Umbreon? Playing some games with Baby Blounds today. It's just been a little bit while since I played some games with it, and I felt like playing some Baby Blounds. My list is nothing special. I'm sure you guys have seen hundreds and thousands of lists like it, or have played lists similar yourselves. One Cramorant, one Crobat V, one Dedenne, one Oricorio, one Zacian, one Mewtwo, 4 Jirachi, 4 Baby Blound, 2 Retrieval, 4 Crystal, 2 Great Ball. I still like the Great Balls in here. Finding Pokemon feels very important with this deck, and not finding Pokemon early on to get the Jirachi engine flowing, or just being able to find Baby Blounds to get energy on stinks. So Great Balls still in here. 4 Quick Ball, of course, best card in the game. 4 Scoop Up Net, 4 Switch to be able to get as many Stellar Wishes off as we possibly can. 4 Hearts, because the only way we can find our energy. 1 Boss, because we don't want our opponent to play around our plans too much and want to be able to, you know, force them to play the game or KO key Pokemon that they're trying to hide on their bench. 4 Welder and 17 basic Fire Energy. That's the list. Let's get to some games. Okay, 1 coin flip going first. Let's get it. Let's get that Jirachi start as well. Why not? Let's get the whole not quite, but this hand's still pretty good. It's almost a good hand going second, actually, because we got the Welder, we got the Hearth, then we can like Dedenne change or Crobat and just try and draw a bunch of cards. But instead we're probably gonna have to settle for, hopefully settle for Intrepid Sword, I think. Ideally top deck a Jirachi, and then also Intrepid Sword as well. This a switch, I guess, to have the options of both seems best. We probably like 3 fire, Zacian's there. All right, 3 fire in the prizes. Good to know, because Blazer odds are pretty high. Keep the switch, use the net, I think, to get into the Jirachi here. Wish, what can we work with? Another Quick Ball doesn't hurt. Bench, attach, and Intrepid Sword. A lot of Welders, not a lot of fire, but we can always get Crobat off a Quick Ball and just do that to get energy to use for the Welders, or, you know, Stellar Wish into a Hearth, or I guess I'm talking in terms of the Hearth gets bumped, but I guess that's not even that ridiculously likely. A lot of decks don't play that many stadiums right now, and then a lot of decks that do play a lot of stadiums are usually Hearth decks themselves, so we might just see a Hearth come and play from our opponent. Let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. They got a Jirachi start. That is a Zamazenta plus Jirachi. There's an Aurora. So, but then they discarded a Lucario. So I have no idea what they're playing. It looks like it might actually be, there's a Marnie. It looks like it might actually be LucMetal that plays Guzmahala, and that's why they have the Aurora. But it could be ADP Zacian that plays Zamazenta and LucMetal. Could really go either way, to be honest. Either way, I don't want to be too aggressive with my draw support, because the way that LucMetal wins this matchup is they kind of cheese you a little bit. They put their weakness card energy in play, and they just kind of Marnie you over and 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 over again. And they don't really actually, they try to just burn you out of resources. So like me, I could Crobat here and I could dig for a knockout. I could go with the Blazer maybe even. But we could also just chill and do nothing except, you know, attach Intrepid Sword. Well, probably Hearth if Hearth sticks. Hearth away the fire, get 2 fire, attach a fire, Intrepid. Oh, it's Stellar Wish, of course, as well. But you get what I'm saying. We could just sit here until we get Boss's Orders, because we know that's in the deck, and then go in with that. Try and get as many Blounds in play as possible is also going to be a big one, because if we're both chilling, then, you know, they could go Boss KO Blound first. So we're both kind of going to be in chill mode here for a little while. I'm just not trying to lose my Blound and then have them Marnie me. If they want to boss my Blound and let me have my big hand that I can then for sure get a return KO with, I'm fine with that. Like, yeah, I'll leave it up to them. And then we don't want to like burn through our Crobats and Dedennes early and then, you know, Marnie's hitting like him, or even reset stamps if they play those. Ooh, another crystal, cool. You know, those hit us, and then we're like, well, now we just got nothing to work with. Swish, Welder. Definitely will use the Welder for 1 here. No, but it's probably just gonna go to a Intrepid after that. I would like another Blound. Okay, another Blound is perfect here. Maybe I should have got another Jirachi there, actually, to be honest. Or even a, nah, Mewtwo doesn't make a whole ton of sense. Because if I'm an Intrepid Sword, Mewtwo doesn't make any sense at all. Another Blound feels really good, but maybe another Jirachi is better initially, actually. Yeah, another Jirachi might be better here instead. I don't know, though. In my head, I'm playing around the boss play. And if I have 2 Jirachis, no Blound, I use my Quick Ball. It feels bad. I don't want to hold on to the Quick Ball, though. I want to get something else in play here. Once again, the big thing we're trying to deal with here is Marnie happening every single turn. But if they do Marnie, then I'd want Jirachi. If they don't Marnie, then I actually already have the Blown. If they go KO my active, I just already have the Blown set up. There's the Marnie. So I guess maybe not using the Quick Ball is best if they do Marnie. But if they go Marnie, knock out my active, then I'd want another Jirachi, which they could definitely do. They could go like Weakness Guard Patch or something like that. There's another Jirachi. That's why I like the Great Balls in here, because finding those Pokemon is so important. Yeah, finding the Pokemon is so important. Jirachi's, Baby Blown, just Pokemon in general. To be honest, it doesn't really matter what Pokemon it is. There's, all right, we know they play Reset Stamp. That's a really good thing for us to know. Now we can play around Reset Stamp. Important to take note of. Yeah, still just chilling. It's going to be a little bit of a chill game for a little while until I get my boss's orders. I don't think I'm going to knock out a Jirachi unless I feel super set up until I find boss's orders. We're just going to sit here and eventually boss up a Zacian or a Zamazenta, or our opponent will attack us first, which is also possible. It's possible they attack us as soon as next turn or something like that. So it doesn't have to be us that initiates the attacks. All right. Hearth away in energy. 2 energy. Let me start setting up the second Blown because they could go about the route of boss my dude next turn, my Blown next turn. So I just want 2 Blowns set up, ready to go. We're gonna need 2 Blowns. Anyways, I'm not gonna attach a third energy on either of them, I don't think. I'm just gonna hold off on that. Just get it as close as possible without actually overextending or feeling like I'm overextending. So, and I mean, Stamp's even good here. I got what, like a 9 card hand. I got like a 9 card. So they have a Stamp in their hand right now, which I'm sure they would like to save for late game, but they might be tempted to play, or they could just have another Marnie and then they could Marnie us. The big thing I'm curious here is we know they play Guzmahala because they play the Aurora. Do they play Weakness Guard Energy? And so this tag call could grab them Guzmahala here right now, and then also get them that Weakness Guard. So it's gonna be a little bit harder to KO the Zamazenta, but not too much harder. Slightly more difficult, but not to the point where it's like actually more difficult, if that makes any sense. It's like it technically is harder to KO it, but not actually, if that makes any sense. It's still only 230 HP. So for our first knockout, that's not too bad at all. Trying to get through this guy as our first knockout. Not yeah, not gonna be too difficult, to be honest. But is technically harder to KO, if you want to be technical, because it doesn't have weakness now. I assume it's not gonna have weakness at the end of this turn, but I guess I could be wrong. And if it doesn't, maybe we'll find our boss's orders off our Stellar Wishes, and then we will just go ahead and knock it out for easy prize cards. Comes a Quick Ball. If they do play Stadium, I guess if we do see the Guzmahala, we will see a Stadium from our opponent. It's either going to be Chaotic Swell or Power Plant. Yeah, it'll be one of the two here for sure. Chaotic Swell or Power Plant. Actually, Chaotic Swell is a reason to start running Marshadow in this deck again, because our only real way to find Fire Energy is through Hearth. Yeah, I might go ahead and add the Marshadow in here in between games, actually. Yeah, Chaotic Swell's like making a comeback right now, especially in like ADP and Pikarom. It's pretty good. Definitely worth playing around. Here comes the Guzmahala. Is it Swell or is it Power Plant? They're definitely gonna discard the Tool Scrapper because I don't play any tools, and I'm sure. Oh, they didn't discard the Tool Scrapper. Oh no, that already got discarded. Oh no, I think they did discard the Tool Scrapper. For some reason it didn't. No, they got rid of the Guru, which is still fine to get rid of. Oh, they Quick Balled the Tool Scrapper. Okay, they still got rid of the Tool Scrapper, yeah. Baby Blonde doesn't play tools very often. And if they do, they play a Beast Bringer, which is only relevant against GX Pokemon. And as we can see, our opponent is kind of giving up on the LucMetal strategy. Okay, it's a Cape and a Weakness Guard Energy. No Stadium, though. So either they don't play it, or it's in their hand, or it's prized. I'm going to go with it's in their hand, or it's prized, because playing Guzmahala without playing like at least one Chaotic Swell doesn't make a whole ton of sense. Here comes the swing. There's that Reset Stamp. I was talking about they might do it. They did it. But we got plenty of, we're a little bit short, actually. We got 6. You need 7 energy to get the knockout here. I'm not worried about it, but that is what we need. Okay. Hearth. Actually, I shouldn't have used Hearth yet because I want to actually draw into fires off this Welder. So that's a mistake. I should have gone Fire Crystal for 3. Like that. Yeah. Now we have to go Stellar Wish. Grab a Welder. Oh, I guess I still have access to Oricorio. Hold up, I should be Oricorio. Man, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little bit since I played Blounds. I'm not feeling as clean with them. There's little things, man. Little things that I could be doing better for sure. 3, 6, 7. I do have to use like an extra thing, but that should be fine. Because we need, yeah, we need 6. Yeah. Or like -1 on this energy retrieval, but it's really not that big. But what I should have done was Welder for 1 first, then use Oricorio, save Hearth for afterwards, and then use Hearth, increasing my chances of drawing energy. I could still have ended up having to play it out this way, but it means I maybe would have been a little bit smoother of a turn. We have to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Fireball Circus is this is a pretty big boy we're getting over here, but we did it, and that's the important part. We have a lot of, I do play a lot of energy in this build. 4 Fire Crystal, 2 Retrieval, and 17 Fire. So running out of energy, I'm not really too worried about. Them having a response here, I think is gonna be pretty unlikely. They only have 1 basic metal in the discard pile as well. Yeah, them getting a knockout on this Blacephalon is probably just not gonna happen. So we're just gonna start swinging here. And we didn't get any fire energy. And I think I priced 3. So we could just Blazer next turn. I think so, unless I'm thinking about maybe a different game. I'll blur together right now in my head. There was a Marnie grab. Yeah, Marnie's pretty good. They did lose their stamp there, which is what seemed like a pretty iffy stamp play, to be honest. If I already have that much energy set up in my discard pile, they're probably getting knocked out on their turn anyway, so the stamp felt kind of meh when they used it, but I guess they do need to try and gain some kind of advantage somewhere. I don't know, I feel like they almost could have like held off for a couple turns. So it definitely is a LucMetal build. I don't think they play ADP. Like I said, they probably just play the Aurora because they play Guzman Hala. So it's basically like some people play Guzman Hala here and they don't play the Aurora, but then it's like you can't find a metal energy for the turn. Basically, you like off the Guzman Hala, but that opens that up so you can go like Guzman Hala, get your last energy you need for your Brave Blade or whatever, you know, which is like pretty good. Yeah, definitely good, definitely good. But I don't think they're pulling off an attack. They're probably going to feed us a Jirachi. We could go looking for the boss, to be honest, if they do that. Because I don't really want to KO a Jirachi if I could go after a Zacian. So we might go switch. Well, now I don't really care because they have a LucMetal in play. Are they actually going to take away my energy here? They might be taking away my energy here. If they got a LucMetal in play, I don't really care about KOing a Jirachi. But I think they're going to go... Oh, they did have double access to double metal saucer. They're probably going to go... I mean, I'm assuming they're going to go GX attack here if they're setting up the Lucario Mewtwo. Looks like it, but I don't really care about that. It's an interesting choice, I think. Not a big fan, to be honest, overall. Seems a little meh. Okay. Set up this guy. Put this down. I mean, we have plenty of energy. Just attach Fire Crystal. I'm not even going to use Heart this turn because I don't want to get rid of any of these cards that are in my hand. Circus. Knockout. Yeah, Quick Ball is good to find Dedenne. Dedenne is good to use as Dedenne. There's a Retrieval, this, Welder. Switch is good to get extra Stellar, which is off. There's my Mewtwo out of the prize cards. No, so I did prize 3 Fire. It's these two in my last cards. My last prize cards of Fire Energy as well, yeah. So we're a prize card away. Currently KO anything on their board very easily. They would need their last 2 Metal Saucer to even set up a decent attacker this turn. And then we can also always Cramorant a Jirachi to close out the game as well. If, you know, the Weakness Guard energy plus Metal Goggles or whatever makes them too big. But it probably won't. They got Saucers for days here. Metal Saucer Weak Guard here would actually be a little bit scary, to be honest. That would be in the attack. If they're going to have a chance at this. Oh, but then they committed to the Zacian. They can't get a Weak Guard on the Zacian this turn because it requires 3 metal. I mean, but I guess they could also just not attack this turn. But if they don't attack this turn, it doesn't feel very good. Oh, second reset stamp. Okay. They had the second reset stamp. All right. So far, it's working out for them. We're down to a Blown. They do need something in their active better than a Jirachi, though, because Hearth is still in play. And the chance of me just getting a Fire Energy through, you know, a Crystal or Retrieval or just a Fire Energy itself is pretty high. Also, we know that my last prize card here is a Fire, so I can just Blazer to get the knockout here on the Jirachi. Obviously, my opponent doesn't know that, but they probably don't want to make that risk, even if they have like a Chaotic Swell to replace the Hearth. They probably don't want to risk the Blazer KO, or just having this thing get KO in general. So they probably need like run to the Crobat this turn, force me to have 4 energy. That seems kind of reasonable to me. There's a switch, and a concede. They did get the switch though, so they could have switched to Crobat and gone from there, and then Intrepid Sword, and still had a chance. To stick it out that long and then just concede feels bad, but I guess we'll take the dub. Okay, into another one. I cut the Marshadow, or cut an Energy Retrieval to add the Marshadow. I also changed shirts, if you didn't notice. Still playing Baby Blondes, though. Let's see what we can do. Got the Jirachi start, optimal starter, rest of the hand. Kind of just with like a Zacian to work with. So we got a Great Ball. Maybe can sell it into a Quick Ball. Yeah, an Intrepid Sword would be nice. Our opponent chose to go second, so... But it is a Snom deck, which has me a little bit puzzled as to why they would choose to go second. But, I mean, unless I just, like, missed something on the coin flip. Great Ball versus Scoop Up Net. More house to Quick Ball, or the Hearth. I actually think I like the Hearth a little bit better here. You just want to get those energies moving. That's one of the biggest problems with Baby Blondes right now, is getting the energy into the discard pile, getting them into the hand, everything. Just getting them moving in general. Zacian is in there. I'm going to switch into my other Jirachi here. Try and get off another Stellar Wish. Maybe a Quick Ball? Nope. Fire Crystal is going to have to do. We did see the Zacian in those top cards, so we'll do attach and then we'll pass. Yeah, so there's a Snom in my opponent's deck, so I'm not scared of anything happening turn 1 here. I don't think. I'm trying to think about what my opponent could actually do. With a Snom. I mean, it's going to be probably Inteleon VMAX or that Lapras VMAX. So they all need time to evolve before they actually can even attack. There's also that Wailord V. I actually don't know if we play enough energy to beat this deck. Wailord V, 280 HP. You put a cape on there. That's at 330. That is 7 energy for only 2 prize cards. Well, 10 energy total. We have to be really careful with our energy. Sometimes we don't really have a choice, and like, you know, I got a Hearthway and energy to get energy, of course, but we got to be careful. We could easily not end up with enough energy. 310. Oh no, it's 330. Sheesh. I think we priced quite a few energy. We could just go for a Blazer here if we top deck a decent card, but we're probably gonna have to hard retreat and then Stellar Witch. You got to be careful. We could definitely run out of energy. That's what I'm worried about here for sure. Could look to go like. Nah, I mean, ooh, a Blazer KO, a Snom would be pretty good. Then we have to go through 2 whales. So we could just go for the Blazer hit here. Or retreat and Stellar Wish. Retreat and Stellar Wish probably just has to be the move. We don't have anything to work. If I had a little bit more to work with in the hand, I think I would go the other route. And then once again, not gonna Quick Ball a Crystal. Once again, it feels bad to get rid of these energy though. Got that Intrepid Sword now. See, there's 10. Oh, I only prized 1 fire. For some reason, I thought it was higher. We prized a Welder. I think we prized a Blown, a Jirachi, a Fire, some other stuff, a Hearth. The list goes on. All right, yeah. I am scared about running out of energy. We can't ever do anything like an aggressive Dedenne change, like out of this hand losing 2 crystals. No way. Can't do that. Nope. Maybe they'll have a slow turn and give us like 1 more turn to work with to kind of set up and establish ourselves. We want as many turns as possible really to get into a position where we don't have to overextend our energy in awkward ways that kind of, you know, basically just loses the game. So I'm going to try and avoid that. Quick Ball from our opponent. There's the Dedenne change. That's great to see. That is a 2 prize Pokemon that does not potentially have 330 HP. So it won't quite cost 7 energy. We can use the Cramorant, which I think is also prize. So if we hopefully in our first 4 prizes, if we can find that Cramorant, then we can use Cramorant to get our last 2 prize cards. So that's what we're gonna go for anyways. But yeah, I mean, hopefully the Dedenne actually comes down. Maybe they just like don't want it in their deck so badly that they're thinning it out here, but I highly doubt that. All right, our opponent's got the whale set up, ready to go. Just about. There we go. There's the 3rd energy. They do need a 4th one. I mean, I guess I could have it. There's the Dedenne change. What are they giving up here? Retrieval? A Glimwood Tangle. Shouldn't matter too much. Hitting 1 of 3. They only need to hit 1 of 3. I guess late game, if they try and pick up a 2 prize knockout, it could be the difference maker to, like, you know, not have the stadiums. They usually play 3. So bump this one. Ooh, there's a Marnie. And we just got our Oricorio. I wasn't able to get it in play before the Marnie happens. Very likely that they hit an energy here. Let's see what we get. It's like almost like a hand we want to Dedenne change away, but then we have this Fire Crystal, and it's like, we need a lot of energy to win this game. I don't think I can give up this Fire Crystal, but maybe they did whiff energy, and they're going to give us an extra turn to work with here that we really shouldn't get. Gonna like steal a turn here almost from our opponent if they are to whiff. Let's see what they got. They're giving this one the long think here. They must not have like a super simple answer in their hand. It's not as simple as just, okay, attach energy, attack. Something's got to be going on where they're like, it is the pass. All right, they did whiff the energy. Big deal, big deal. Wish. Ooh, I think the Hearth has to be the move here, actually. I was about to take the net, but once again, gotta get those energies moving. I'm gonna give up the Jirachi here. I don't want to give up any more energy. I'm scared about running out of energy. Bench the Blound. I will attach one of the Blounds. I'm not super scared about getting bossed up, especially because our opponent whiffed that turn. They whiffed the oh, what did they whiff? They whiffed the attack. So we know they don't have energy in hand, so them having the energy plus boss is pretty unlikely. Like, they'd have to top deck the energy and then also have the boss in the 5 cards. So and I'm sure they would like to maybe KO my Blound that has the energy. Cayman and Jirachi is also not bad though, so we'll see though. We'll see what they got. Hopefully they don't have a Marnie, because yeah, my hand's like it's not quite there, but we're getting there. A good chance the Hearth sticks. Like I said, probably 3 Glimwood Tangle. Oh, it's not good at all on our opponent's side. All right, Stellar Wish. Still no Welder. I'll grab a Quick Ball. I'll switch and get another Stellar Wish off here. I don't actually have anything I want to Hearth away. I could probably give up an energy. Maybe I'm being a little bit too stingy about my energy. There's the boss for later. We like that for sure. Attach. I should. Oh my god. I will give up the. I'm gonna give up the Quick Ball. I'm gonna keep building up this energy. We need energy, man. We need energy. Might be being a little bit too. We can go after this whale next turn with the boss. Actually, no, I couldn't have gone after it this turn. I only have 2 energy here. I was like, wait, can I go after the whale this turn? That would have been really good if we could have KO'd the whale this turn. We'll have to go with it 1 turn later. Yeah, either our opponent's AFK. Okay, now they're here the whole time, I think. They just have a dead hand, I guess. 6, 7. We got the knockout next turn, so we're just gonna go ahead and take that almost certainly. Oh, there's the Glimwood. Yeah, it's a good thing I used the Hearth last turn. It's almost always incorrect, especially with Blounds these days. Once again, hard time getting the energy flowing. I wonder what they are. Maybe they just waiting for me to attack. They don't want to attack first. That could be it, actually. But now they know I have the boss. I think. Yeah, that could have actually been it the whole time. They maybe just didn't want to attack into this to then have the Blound. That is one of the weaknesses of Baby Blounds right now, because it doesn't quite have that. It's hard to aggressively set up back-to-back Blounds to take big knockouts or knockouts in general. Because it's not just, you know, the fire energy to discard to take the knockout. You gotta get 3 energy on a Blacephalon as well as a Welder use. Getting your energy out of the deck is a little harder without Flint. And then another big miss that this deck is missing is that Blacephalon GX. To get that last prize card, it's hard. It's hard to get that last prize card sometimes. And super inefficient is the biggest thing. Burst GX, 1 energy. Using a Baby Blound in general, more than 1 energy. Definitely more. They went for the did they go for the reflip there? Are they just styling on me? I think they got a heads on that first. Maybe they got triple tails. I think they got a heads on the first one. All right, I see how it is. We're definitely gonna use another Cell Wish here. Being down these 2 Jirachi, we don't have another Jirachi to work with, so we want to use as many Cell Wishes as we can. No Welder yet still. I got the Great Ball, so I kind of want to grab the Great Ball to try and find. Now I kind of regret giving up that Quick Ball. Bunch of regrets. Get the Oricorio. Got a bat. But I have to do. So I do need 7 here, I said, right? Let's say 7. That is a lot. The biggest thing is it's for only 2. We knock out VMAXs all the time with this deck, right? And we're always like, all right, that's fine. 7, 3 prize cards. That's that 1 prize card difference, though. I'm really feeling it here. Really feeling it for sure. Got another Jirachi. That's a good pull. I mean, a Welder probably would have been a little bit better, but I'm not complaining about the Jirachi pull at all. It's still solid prize card pull there. That Jirachi is. Cramorant is still the big thing here. We still have Cramorant prized, I believe. We need to get Cramorant. That's our last 2 prize cards. There's a reset stamp. My hand wasn't... It was alright. My hand was alright. We found our welders. Hey! We do play welder. I don't know if you guys knew this. We found them both here. I think maybe one of the reasons they don't want to put down that other Dedenne as they ditch it here. Actually, did they play 3 Dedenne? This is not the artwork I think they pulled earlier off the other Com or Quick Ball or whatever. I think they pulled a different artwork. I think they maybe played 3 Dedenne. That's a lot of Dedenne. Oh, there's a Kyurem. So they do play a 1 prizer. Which makes things even more awkward, I feel like. Because I have to go KO a 1 prizer, reset up a Blout, and then I have to go into a Whale again. I gotta knock out that. And then Cramorant, like a Frostmoth, to close it out. I don't play Ordinary Rod or multiple Cramorant, so I can't go like Cramorant, which would be optimal in these kind of scenarios where we could like knock this out. And then go Cramorant, Frostmoth, Cramorant, Dedenne. That's why multiple Cramorant is like a solid choice in Baby Blondes right now, because of situations like this that are about to develop. So swings for 2 hundo. That's gonna be a knockout. Yeah, we're just knocked out here. Ice. Ooh, maybe they don't have that 4th energy. No, there's the bucket. They just have it for sure now. Yeah, 4th energy coming through, and 5th. Goodbye, Blown. We got the welders. We have no energy though. So what we're missing right now, we have no energy. Yeah, I would not mind Dedenne changing this hand though, or yeah, Crobat would still be decent as well too. Not as good, but Crobat would still be decent. The one thing they might struggle with, especially being down 1 retrieval already, is resetting up another attacker if I'm able to get through this Kyurem. With getting through the Kyurem isn't too difficult. It is only 6 energy to get through this, not 10 energy like the Wailord. So let's see if we can do it. Top deck. Oricorio, that is I've been looking for this card for a little while now. Happy to finally see it. Same top deck, not a ridiculously good follow-up. There's an Energy Retrieval. I think we take this here. Go ahead, Welder to the Blound, and see what happens. All right, we got the knockout. That, hey, pretty good draw. 2 of the 3 cards, drew 3 cards. 2 of the 3 were the exact 2 we needed. That's not bad. I'll bench a Blound for sure. I might hold off on this Jirachi bench actually, because I'm low on like 2 nets left. I think we hold off on the Jirachi bench here at this point, because I might want to go like, maybe it was fine to put it down actually, because even with the Dedenne or Crobat into play, still have room for that Jirachi as well. I think I should probably bench that Jirachi down actually. Double Jirachi. I've been punished for not putting 2 Jirachi in play. We play a ton of pivot cards, switch cards, whatever. 2 net, 2 switch left. I probably should have put this down. It probably wasn't that big. In my head, I was like, what if we want a Crobat and a Dedenne? But that probably never happens, and the utility of the second Jirachi is actually probably has a higher chance to be useful on this next turn than that. So there's that Wailord. Again, all right, another big whale. Do they have the cape? The cape is a big deal. That's what +1 energy we need. A Marnie. I don't really mind that too much. My hand was not ridiculously good. I don't mind the Marnie here. We did have the welder. The one big thing I guess we did have in our hand right there was the welder. Double crystal is also pretty good though. And a hearth to get some more energy out of the deck, which we definitely have in there. Tails on the crushing hammer. I wonder if this means they're actually gonna whiff the attack this turn. I mean, they did need quite a bit off that Marnie. They needed 3 energy. Oh, here comes the Ice Dance. They still have it. They probably wouldn't have played the crushing hammer though if they had the energy, because they would knock this out. Would want to save the crushing hammer for later. Retreat to this Frostmoth. Looks like it's going to be the play for my opponent here. I would have almost left the Frostmoth up at this point. Well, I guess they needed 2 more energy for this. All right. Giant Hearth, once again, working on thinning those energies out of the deck. We have 4 left. Yeah, Cramorant still prized. Gonna start setting up the second Blound here, because we are going to need it. Most likely, if that is a supporter in our opponent's hand, which I guess it's possible, they kind of just have a dead hand here. What do we get? There's the Cramorant. Okay. So now we don't even need to go through this whale. We can go through the whale if we want to. We do have 2 energy left. We actually have enough energy as long as we get a Welder to use the Blound to get the knockout on the whale. Currently, Stamp and Marnie, still cards my opponent could draw. Stamp or Marnie, still cards they could play on their turn. That would disrupt my current hand. But if not, we can also just go Cramorant after Dedenne. And we don't lose next turn. Another big thing here is we just don't lose. If they KO my Blound in the active, we just don't lose on the following turn. We still have +1 turn to work with, because they'll be down to 3 prize cards. No 3 prizes on my board. So we don't have to win this next turn. All right, there's the research. So it's not a Marnie, and they played a reset stamp. Do they have another reset stamp to work with here? Oh, is that the 4th Glimwood? It is. I feel like I usually see 3. I personally played 3. Crushing Hammer off my bench. Maybe it was a mistake to attach to the bench, actually, because we know they played Crushing Hammer, actually. So we kind of just go -1 energy there. Most of the time, I think. We're just going to go -1 energy. And then here we go. Ocean Waves. Knock out my Blound. I guess they could hit 6 Tails and whiff, and then we could go Crystal Crystal, knock out their active. More likely than not, they'll be knocking out my active here. Yeah, 6 flips, only need 1 heads. Pretty good odds, if you ask me. I would say I would put my money on my opponent getting the knockout here. But we'll see. You never know. Sometimes unlucky, and it could be that time right now for my opponent with the Wailord deck. I know I'm checking the discard pile a lot. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think I am. There's nothing really to be missed here. Setting up the Keldeo shouldn't change anything. Here come the waves. There's 1 heads. Will they go for the maybe they misclicked the reflip earlier. No, they're taking it this time. I think they maybe misclicked the reflip earlier. All right, we got Oricorio in play. Got a Stellar Wish to work with. 2 Welder plus a Mewtwo left in the deck. Just need a switch card on top of that as well to get into the Cramorant. There's the Welder off the rip. I'm just gonna go with the Dance to start with. I mean, there's not too much risk involved here. I think it's as simple as benched, Welder the Cramorant. Don't want to lose the energy that would be on the Cramorant if I whiff a switch card. We did not whiff a switch card, though. No need to even Stellar Wish. Just go Cramorant, go Spit Shot, knock out that Dedenne, get our last 2 prize cards. And yeah, that's going to do it for these games with the Baby Blound. It's just been a while since I played Baby Blound, so I want to play some Baby Blound. Still feels pretty solid. I know I talked a little bit throughout the games about how many cards it lost and how much it misses those cards, but it's not that bad. Not that bad. Still running pretty well. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you did, give the video a like. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.